This is Ford Bronco Dave. I haven't made any videos in a while. Kind of been getting out of the YouTube thing. More or less jumping onto Instagram because it's a little easier on my end. Like a 30 second clip, minute clip, whatever is a little quicker to deal with. This is, I guess, the latest project I got going here. It's a 70 F100 desert truck. It was down in Arizona. It never really did any traveling outside of Arizona. But I'm up here in Minnesota, and I guess it was trailered. And then, because I believe what happened is that the motor blew up down in Arizona. They trailered it up to Minnesota here and then parked it. So last registered on the road was 1990. Now, I've been hard at work already. I've already pulled the motor out and discovered what's going on with it. So someone was doing a little bit of hot rodding. It's got a 3-speed manual converted to floor shift, one of those Hurst shifters. Someone did long tube headers on it and that kind of good stuff here. So motor's yanked. Cleaning up the engine bay. We're going to get rid of some wiring, get rid of some garbage. Keep it simple. And here's the motor that came out of it. It's a 390 FE. So what had happened here? Camshaft broke. Not only did it break once, it broke 2-3 times in there. And I really have no way of getting it out. I'm sure there are ways. I'm just not going to bother with it. I didn't see anything else wrong with the block. Other than the timing cover got a crack in it, and the timing chain looked fine, but the gears were broke. More or less, there's probably some more damage to it than that. But all the valves moved. None of them were stuck. None of the push rods got bent. None of the lifter lobes in the block were wrecked, except for the very first one here. They all moved. I pulled them all out. So I'd imagine the block is still probably alright. I'm not going to trust it. And I don't pursue any more going on with it. So a typical fashion, I like easy and simple stuff to work on. That's not it. This, however, is. And I have an abundance of these laying around. A 300 out of a 79, 78, 77, somewhere in there. A later model one. Out of a pickup. It already had the manual trans bell housing on it. And the little knobby here for the Z-bar. So I said, well, what the heck? And I got everything to put this engine together. Gaskets, the whole works, the whole darn thing. Water pump, thermostat, fuel pump, distributor, oil filter, motor mounts, pan gasket, everything. One wire alternator and a HEI distributor. One wire. Everything to put this thing back together was less than $400. So I said, well, why not? It's fairly cheap to work on and quick and easy. So all my parts will be here in the next week or so. So here we were working on, I got the FE 390 bell housing doesn't work on the smaller engines. Clutches from there and all that good stuff. Here's all the parts they've ripped off of here. And here's a late model carbureted 300. It's just in here if I needed to take something off of it. 4-speed new process. I think it's a new process. Yeah, I think so. So yeah. Basically I got a rust-free truck here. Very, very few dents and dings. Someone did a little hot run with it, got it carried away, wrecked it, and then left it alone. The only damage to the truck here, we got this. And that. And that. Otherwise, there's nothing else on here. It's about as good of a find as you can get in Minnesota. Look at this. There's nothing here. That looks like rust, but that's actually fuel from the tank because the line rotted off. This is not rust. That's not rust. There's no rust under here. Look at that lip. So there's some weird stuff on here. Like I said, someone did the floor shift conversion. It was on the column here. Someone did these weird looking bucket seats. I have no idea what they're from. Goofy stuff like this. I don't know what the hell it is. I've seen some heat. The dash is all wrecked. I would assume that's common. And it's got these like saddle tanks on both sides. On both sides. They're big steel tanks. They're plumbed into the floor. There's this little switch here. Someone did a dual exhaust on here already. That all looks good. Someone did new radius arm bushings and Rancho shocks. So yeah, this is the latest build here. It's a 1970 F100. Yeah, you're not going to see a whole lot of me on YouTube anymore. I watch a lot of videos, but I don't really post anything anymore. Just because living in the middle of nowhere, it makes it hard to upload. So if you want to watch me or do anything, chit chat, that kind of stuff, find me on Instagram, Ford Bronco Dave.